All right, welcome everybody. It is Tuesday evening, the CEO Pro weekly training call. Tonight we are training on personal resources. So I was just speaking about this powerful tool. Remember, the application here is already preloaded with a lot of content, pre-written messaging, surveys, everything we need to start to build our business. But maybe you have some secret sauce. Maybe you have a product link you really like, or a third-party article, or your website domain that you want to benefit from the tracking aspect of this powerful tool. You can now create your own personal resources. So we're going to get into this shortly and teach you how you can create them and how you can track them. And we're not charging anything extra for this either. You can create up to, I believe, 50 personal resources and save them into different calendars and categories. So social platforms are marketing to my prospects. So as we've talked about before, socials like building on rented land. Anytime we build those connections or, spark interest, always move them over to text or email. Don't be sending continued information through Messenger. If you can, you always want to try and move from there. So they're not going to get any other messaging or products about what you guys are selling or what your competition may be selling. Have my own content that I want to share. A lot of people probably do. You probably have an article, or maybe you have your own blog page or something of relevance. I'm sure Seth's got a lot of different resources he utilizes that's not already in the app. Remember, it's so convenient to have everything in one place. I'm sure some of you guys already have maybe some pre-written text that you got a notepad on and you're copying and adding that each time you want to send it. So we're going to make this a lot easier, enable you to start to duplicate these messages. I can't get my prospects into my own private channel. And that's what we spoke about with social here. We want to always try and move them over to text message or email. Of course, if you don't know them, and Messenger's where you've been having that conversation, never hurts to transition. Hey, can I send you a text as well? I check that more often. Or do you prefer email or text message and get off Facebook here real quick? So many different options to continue that conversation. So the CEO Pro app lets you easily share what you want, from cooking recipes to family photos. So it doesn't even have to be business focused. All right. We're not monitoring what you guys are creating here. This is a tool that you guys are paying for. Customize it as you want. I got 2 different digital business cards in here, one for my rapid funnel and another one for my handyman business that I run. So you can utilize this tool and customize however you want to. You'll know exactly when someone reviewed the info. Really powerful here right now. If you got an article that you always share with somebody, you have no idea if they open it, right? Might as well put that under the contact page so it's tied to those contacts and we get recognized. Of course, those points are tracked on the scoreboard as well, which we will give a shout out to the scoreboard here in a little bit. Personalize your pre-written messaging for every resource you send. So I'm going to show you guys how to take 5 minutes and get creative, really personalize that message and share. And of course, you can edit in the future. So one week you could try it with this wording. The next week you can change the wording. And then you just track the engagement, see which one sparks more interest or which one seems to get on with those potential recruits or customers better. I love this third-party resource. Now what? And currently, anybody on the call, any examples of a link or an article that you're currently sharing that you have saved somewhere that you just do a copy paste? Don't everybody speak too soon now.
Yeah, I'd like to make a reel, and I've never even made a reel, but if I'd like to make a recording and then put it in there just to welcome, say, new customers or something like that, how would I do that? How would I step?
Perfect. Yeah. So, so you could record like a YouTube video. You could record something on your phone and you just save it as like an MP3 file. So that's a great point and a great option there. So she's already thinking about getting creative, Darlene. So we'll jump into it. I'm going to show you how we can do it from like a browser standpoint, and then how we can, get creative and utilize some of our own links. So let's open up our CEO Pro app here. I am logged in. So we can see here our resources. All right. If we open up resources just here at the top, we're going to see company. So every time you open up, you're going to see company. We got our digital business card and all of the current content provided already. But we go up to this magical personal button. And now this is where we can get fancy. So it looks like I already added a couple of these last time. So family and the professional category. But to add a new, we simply click that, open it up, and now we can start to customize this message. But to save you guys even more time, I want to show you a cool trick here. Just want to make sure we have access. All right. Anybody want to give me an example of a website specific to LifeVantage? Any product pages or an article, something I could look up on the web really quick and show you how easy it is to create a personal resource? CrazyYellowPill.com. Thank you, Melanie. That sounds like something I got to try. All right, so we're going to go to CrazyYellowPill.com. All right, so we see here down at the bottom, we see the little share button, right? So this is on Safari. On Chrome, it's going to be up in the URL. So if I click that little share button, you can see here it opens up my different connected messaging, but we can see here that Rapid Funnel pops up. All right, so I click Rapid Funnel and it automatically imports that URL. So you're not having to copy and paste, worry about messing something up. It already brings in a title as well. So the Crazy Yellow Pill. And now we can get focus on that pre-written message, okay? This is as if we're typing up an email, it would send the same way from a text message. And this is a little bit easier to do on the desktop as well to get creative. But Melly, quick subject line to introduce the Crazy Yellow Pill.
You could put, it's the ABC prime time. So, well, you could even put it as Crazy Yellow Pill.
Okay.
I think that's what I have it in my extra resource. Let me see what I have it in mine as.
Okay, perfect. So this is the subject line, guys. This is what would be tied to the subject line of an email. The box here, this is where we're getting creative. So whatever, if we wanted to text it or email, it'd be the same wording. So these are what's called placeholders. So that's going to add the person's first name. All right. And then get creative here. You know, this idea here is we want to get somebody to click on this. So we want to provide some context. Don't just put the URL and then send it. It's just going to say, check the link above, giving them some incentive to want to click on this. Check out this great video to learn more about an incredible product. All right. So we add that there. The link is here. And now we can go ahead and delete the bottom part. So once again, everybody, you know, you take 5 minutes to create this one time. All right, you take that URL, you put it in here, you put some pre-written messaging behind it. We put thanks. And then we can add different placeholders as well. So we can see their first name is the brackets. So at the bottom, once again, on the desktop, it's a little bit easier to set this up, but the placeholder would be sender first name. Okay, I'm going to click done. So the category I want to save it to, this is going to be a professional, and I click save. All right, so now we jump back here to my CEO Pro app. We go back to our resources, professional, just like that. The Crazy Yellow Pill is now a brand new trackable resource. If I click that link, boom, brings us right back to our Crazy Yellow Pill page. So any questions there, guys? Do you see the value of that? Once again, so we jump into, I'm going to go to rapidfunnel.com, or you're on an article, anything that you think is relevant to growing your business. And you think, even if you're not going to share it now, but you think, oh man, in the future, that could be a good follow-up tool. Once again, I'm on Safari. If you're on Chrome, it's up in the URL. We click the share button, we click Rapid Funnel, bang, bang. It takes that URL straight to the page. Get creative, spend 5 minutes to write that pre-written message. So that way you write it once and now you can duplicate and send that as many times as you want. So from a best practice, we can jump back in here. I could go back to Wesley. Wesley and I have been having a great conversation. I just learned about the Crazy Yellow Pill and I think would be a great fit for Wesley. So I go to send resource. Remember, now it's going to be in my personal because it's not under company. We highlight professional. I highlight Crazy Yellow Pill. I click the text button. Check out this great video to learn more about an incredible product. Here's the link. And the sender first name placeholder, I typed that wrong, but that should usually put your name in there. And once again, guys, on the desktop, rapidfunnel.com, you can create these personal resources as well. I know some of you may have the question of adding a pre-written message with no link. Okay, this is a great idea at the current moment. So you can't just create a pre-written message with no link. We are working on enabling you guys to do that. But a quick workaround for that is I just want to show you real quick. We can, you could put your personal business card down there at the bottom, or you could put your booking link, a survey link, anything that's just a trackable link. We don't have to ask them to click on it. It just has to be there at the bottom. So what I mean by that is I'm going to go in here. Say you wanted to create a pre-written message to introduce a product, right? I'm going to copy my digital business card here. If somebody on the call, just to get everybody involved, can anybody give me an example of a pre-written message that you currently send to somebody to, you know, spark interest or start a conversation? That's not already in the app. Anybody using some of their own messaging to start conversations, or a text that you could find valuable?
Well, mine tends to be a little bit wordy, but I usually say if it's going to be on collagen, we'll say NRF2. I'll explain. This first video is NRF2. It lowers your inflammation by 70% in 90 days, 40% in the first 30. Check it out. And so I'm giving them a little footnote before they click in,
A little
so
bit
that
of
they know what
context.
they're going to be looking.
Yep. So, but you're actually taking time to copy and paste that every time, or you're typing that out every time?
I'm typing it out every time.
All right. Well, now what you're going to do tonight, Darlene, as a bit of homework, you're going to type it out for the last time, create it as a personal resource, and increase your exposures, save you time. But believe it or not, having to, you know, save time by just being able to click it. But something as simple as this, you know, as I mentioned, so this is a pre-written message that necessarily doesn't tie to a video or a link. I just want to start a conversation. So we'll just type something in here real quick. So pre-written message there. Hey, I have a new opportunity. I think you might be interested. Want to learn a little bit about it? Question mark. All right. Down here at the bottom, it's just a resource link. So we're not asking them click the link below. Remember, if I want to just do a pre-written message that doesn't tie to any video or link, I'm going to put either my booking link here at the bottom. It's a really great example. For this example, I put my digital business card in there. So if they do click on it, we know they open the message. All they're going to do is be directed to your digital business card. Once again, the reasoning for this is for the aspect, I'm going to put it in a different category so we can see that, for the aspect of a pre-written message, like Darlene's been typing something out over and over. Well, now we're going to give an example of how we can save time and put it as a resource. So once again, we'll let this load up for us.
Can we also create our own surveys?
Great question. That does, you can do it through a Google form.
Okay.
You won't be able to create a survey like the ones we currently have in there, but you can create like a link to a Google form. Are you familiar with that, Vandy?
Oh yeah, I've created about 8 of them today. So
Perfect. So now all you're doing is you have those, and once again, it's easy to do on the desktop, but if you have those Google form surveys, you just go into resources, and then you're just adding that Google form link just here, and it's, hey, just take a minute to fill out my 1-minute survey, the link's below. And now you can start to create your own surveys. The only difference is because it's through Google Forms, the answers won't populate under the notes card for the contact. You would just have to see those answers in Google Form. Does that make sense?
it does. I actually kind of wanted it more so like if I put like the collagen on there, that they could click and I could capture their name and then send them the video, you know, like for social media, like we were doing with our health and business surveys.
Yep, absolutely. I know where
Weeks
you're
ago.
getting at there. So, so we
No
can see here.
worries.
Yep, you can see here, I just created a brand new resource. So just want to make sure that pre-written message works. So Wesley, I'm going to send him over my pre-written text. I click the text button. Wesley, I have an opportunity that I think you might be interested in, want to learn a bit more about it. And we click send. So now this is a pre-written message I can utilize over and over again. And the digital business card's just there at the bottom attached to the message. So if they ever want to click on it, we'll be notified as well. So all these links you guys create, if you do it properly, how I just showed, and you put it in the URL, it will work this way. And once again, if you try to create a personal resource without a link in there, it won't let you do it. So once again, business card or your booking link are really easy things to do. And now real quick, we are going to jump back to my desktop screen. I just want to promote for next week. And
Can
then
I
we
ask
will
you a question?
in 1 second. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to promote for next week, and then we'll open it for a Q&A. So next week we're training on labels. So title, put a label on it. I'll work with my team to see what labels we have in there. Really nice way to start to tag your labels or your contacts. That way we keep them organized, where they came from, where you recruited them from. And, if they came through LinkedIn or social media, if you met them at a soccer game, sporting event, if they're a potential customer or a potential team member. I will look into this with Seth and look into the labels. And really important, now you can start to utilize campaigns based on labels you have people under. It's a broadcast feature. You do have to have 10 people opted into a campaign to utilize this feature. We will train more on this next week. So that's it for my training tonight. We will go ahead and open it up for some questions now.
So I was using text replacement so now it's easier to just create the text like you showed us. For the collagen, I'm saying something like, I didn't know how important collagen was. These are the results some of my friends are having. And then I uploaded like 5 or 6 photos to a photo file, and then I'm copying that and sending. Is there a way to upload that also into the app without me having to go to the photos and?
Yeah, so those photos, I would just save those photos to like a Google photo link or save them. You can, download them into a PDF file and just have 5 photos in a PDF, and you can utilize as a PDF. Does that make sense?
That's perfect. So I could almost create like one PDF using Canva or something. So it's just one thing.
Yep. And then all you would be doing, Canva is a great tool for that. So if you wanted Canva with like 4 or 5 photos or a couple different slides, you just copy the URL to that Canva presentation, and that's the link. Does that make sense?
Say that again. I copy.
So, you would copy the URL from Canva. So you create the presentation, put your photos in Canva, and you copy that URL in Canva, and that's the resource link that you would be copying and pasting to track to it.
But I could also save my Canva as a PDF and then have.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so as a PDF or as a link. So, you can upload as PDFs or as link type resources, video type resources, any sort of link. It's either so it's a URL page or the PDF downloaded. If it's a YouTube link, I do recommend for you guys. I mean, you got to get a little creative, but we don't like sending people to YouTube. We have private capture pages here. It's no reason to send them to YouTube or they're going to see competition. So download the YouTube video as an MP4 link and then use that link because it'll go to a rapid funnel capture page rather than sending them to YouTube, which is really powerful. And if anybody wants to get creative and learn more about how to do that, you can create your own capture pages for free on the platform as well. And I'd be happy to do some training on that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Cool. Final thing, let's open up. I know Vandy wanted me to give a shout out for the scoreboard, and I think we're going to start a new contest as well. So let's take a look at the current leaderboard, and then we will get into setting up another contest based on your guys' live event. So once again, remember, we open up the application. The contest should populate here at the bottom. Sometimes it takes a minute. We can be running up to 5 contests at once as well. So it's a pretty cool tool here to, accountability tool, motivation tool. Here's our leaderboard. So I am in last place, everybody. So hopefully you're beating me. I currently have 0 points, so I'm not leading by example here on my demo app. My apologies, but look at that. We got Florence there at number 3. Shout out. Darlene's up there. Lily Ann's in here. Michael Jafarez. Never seen him on this call, but he's got 95 points there, ladies. So hopefully one of you can catch up to him. This contest ends December 31st. Really cool tool as well. And we will be training more on this in a couple weeks, but see this brag button here? I click the brag button. It turns this into a screenshot. I can go down and now share this in my WhatsApp group that we have with LifeVantage or on the Facebook group page. And, just give a shout out to the leaderboard or something Seth should be utilizing to keep people motivated. Remember, it's a friendly competition scoreboard. I'm sure some of the people here with the higher scores are really excelling and growing their business because remember, this is measured on front end. This is activity. These are people getting points for sending information to potential recruits or customers and them engaging with it. That's how we're getting points here. And you can only get 2 points per customer. So if you send 10 resources to a customer, you only get a max of 2 points. You get a point if they're opted into a campaign, you get a point if they view a resource. If it's a video, they have to watch at least 30% of that video. So meaning if you just send it to your wife and they watch, 1%, you're not going to get any points for that. We're doing our best to not let anybody rig the system here. But Vandy, any shout outs here on the scoreboard here?
I don't know, just let's go do this. We're gonna set, I'm gonna talk with Cameron and Seth and we'll set one up for the Run to Pro 4 promotion. And for that too, with this, so we'll be able to see like who's leading every 10 days, who's leading each month, and who's leading for the, throughout the competition. So we'll get some stuff going on that with Cameron.
Perfect. And Vandy, I can set it up to send you and Seth weekly scoreboard results. And then you guys can give shout outs weekly on this call or on your other calls. It'll be weekly results or scoreboard results I can send you via email.
Perfect. I would love that. So yeah, I would love to be able to see just like who's leading each, like every 10 days. So it's
Yep.
kind of what
And
we're running.
we can also build a contest around certain resources as well. If you were pushing, maybe just the collagen product, we could build a contest just around one resource too, just to get creative in the
Okay.
future.
Sounds good. No, that sounds like a lot of fun. So we'll go with that. So
Awesome.
thank you, Cameron.
Absolutely. Any final questions, anybody?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a